All right, so before we start and we dive into each and every stitch pattern, the tutorial, I want to show you what we are going to be learning here in this workshop first. So I have all my samples here and we'll go over each one of them. The first one is the bubble stitch border, which is amazing. I love it. I used it in my scarf like I showed you, and I used it in a blanket. It can be used in any way. It always adds a very joyful feeling for any project. This is the first one, it's a kind of a 3D border that we are going to be learning. The next one, which is also one of my favorites, and you know if you follow me and my patterns, so you know that I use this stitch a lot, and it's also a very good stitch for a border when you want to make something very simple, very fast, not using a lot of yarn, you know, something that will just add a little bit of texture to some projects. This is amazing. It's called the small puff stitch or the treble bubble or puff. I don't really know the name of it, but it's really, really simple and it's very, very texture. The next one is the camel stitch. Now the camel stitch, it's a very, you know, very straight border. I think it's usually, I never used it, but I think it's usually used with the blankets when you want to end a blanket like with a very thick border. Of course, here I used only one color, but you can use different colors and then you give it a little bit more of texture and also color. You can make each row in a different complementary color for the main piece that you have, and it's a beautiful, beautiful border. The next one is, of course, the classic picot stitch that we will learn. It's a border that is very much used in various projects. You can implement it in, like you saw, I used it for my top sleeves. You can use it for necklines, you can use it for the bottom of a top, you can use it for blankets, for shawls, for triangle shawls, very much use it, ponchos, you know, a lot of projects you can use this picot stitch. The next one is the linen stitch. Again, this is like the camel stitch, is a stitch that gives a very straight and like nice, organized finish to your project. Again, I used just one color here in my sample, but you can use this with different complementary colors, and then you can make it 2 rows, you can make it 3 rows, and then you have another round edge border to your project. If it's just a border, if it's just, you know, the end of a top or the end of a scarf, and you don't want to do it all the way around, all the way on all sides, so you can work it to straighten up a border. And the last one is the classic shell stitch. I love this one too, because first of all, it's very easy. And second, it gives a different kind of ending to any project you use it. You saw that I felt that my bolero was a little bit too rectangle and I needed some roundness around the piece, so I gave it the shell stitch. So these are our 6 borders that we are going to be learning in this workshop. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you inside for the first one. Let's go!